I think it's absolutely valid that we are pulled towards money. I think it's right and it's useful. If I didn't have a need for money, I don't know if I'd get off my ass long enough to go and coach somebody. I mean, if someone found me, said, hey, I'm in distress and I need this, okay. But I wouldn't be marketing. I wouldn't be pitching podcasts to be on there. I wouldn't be driven. I was in Bali 4 years ago, completely ensconced in rice fields. I had staff coming. I had a massage every day. I'd play ultimate frisbee. I'd play this video game that I love. I wasn't really doing anything to impact the world because I was living so cheaply, and I had a little side business that was covering my rent. I was renting out the guest room, my villa. It was amazing, but I was also slowly dying. I didn't have a mission. And then when the universe kicked me out of my nest suddenly one day, and that's another story, I had to leave Bali the same day. My life was set up there. I was living there for 3 years, had to leave suddenly the same day. I said, now I'm back in a first world country with huge expenses. I don't have the income of that guest villa covering my rent. And I'm like, what am I going to do in the world? And if it wasn't for the driver from the need for money, I don't know if I would have come back. I would have gotten off my butt long enough to get back to coaching. And thank God that happened, because now I get to change people's lives. And I get to speak about life on podcasts and hopefully impact someone in their living room or their car. And they go, well, okay, I'm going to make a change. So money, the drive for money is great. The question is, and I think most of us have not asked ourselves this, how much is enough? Now, they've done studies, and apparently there's a number, I think in the US, $70,000. The first $70,000 can really have a big impact on your life, because you get housing, you get food, insurance, some security. After that money, I got a friend who recently said to me, what can I get you as a thank you gift for the impact you've had on my life? He was someone I'd coached and mentored and trained, and a friend. And he said, in the $10,000 to $15,000 range, what can I get you? I just sold a big chunk of my company. A large part of it's due to you. What can I get you? I honestly, after a year of consideration, have not found anything in the $10,000 to $15,000 range that I would even spend someone else's money on. So that's a really powerful insight. I've got a client right now who says, I'm tired of chasing money. I've got money. What else is there? Now that's a valid question. And what he's coming to is an allocation of balance. And what's happening is we're out of balance. We're just too much money. Then on the deathbed, we're going to go, what the fuck did I just do? I have actually not lived the life I really wanted to live. That's the risk. So what you can do is say, all right, what are my financial goals? How much do I really need? And then what would be nice to have? And then how else do I want to live? Like, if I was going to die 3 years from now, maybe 3 to 5, I think that's a good time frame. Not if I'm going to die tomorrow, not if I'm going to die in 30, 40 years. You may die in 5 years. So it's worth like, okay, what if that was going to happen? How do I want to live? And what do I want to have in my life? My connection with my kids, what's my goal there? My connection with my partner or finding a partnership. How I show up in the world. Is there a difference I want to make? My self-care. And by the way, listeners, I'd be writing all of these down if this applies to you. Each one of these areas. My self-care. How do I want to care for this body and this nervous system? Is it exercise or nutrition or connection with friends and community? This is something that's very big for me this year. So you start like looking at the big picture with that new frame of 5 years, and then work out a time allocation for the week. I will devote, what my client came up with was Monday and Tuesday are going to be production cycles where I work on money. And then Wednesday, Thursday is going to be more flow, less, this is what I'm doing. And, you know, I just respond to what comes up, and I might work on relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe Saturday morning from 9 to 12 is self-care. Yeah, I'm making this up, but now he's got a balance. He had to talk to that part of himself, and actually gave him an exercise where he sat in 2 different chairs and you know, talked with the different parts of himself and came up with a deal. All right, we're going to allocate this amount of time towards money, this amount of time towards some of the other things. He's going to have, I think, a day a week where he's going to create a nonprofit that's going to impact prison inmates. So there's my answer to the pull for money. And the pull for money is wonderful.
Right.
Let's work out with the different parts of us and the different values we have a balance, so that that pull for money is not driving the bus all the time. That's the problem. It drives the bus, and we can actually change that.